Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is LBThaRealist with Surrealistic Studios. Once again, good morning. How you guys doing? Pretty well, I hope. If not, do better. At least try. That's all we can ever do, right? So you guys heard about what's going on in the Philippines. I guess they declared martial law out there because they're combating ISIS. ISIS members. Like, what? I didn't even know ISIS spread to the Philippines. But check this out. This article I'm gonna read from is from The Guardian, and they're just saying how the ISIS-backed militants are struggling for control of the southern Philippines. Craziness. Fears are growing that a violent attempt by local militants to seize a city in the island of Mindanao in the southern Philippines marks the beginning of a wider attempt by Islamic State to open a new Southeast Asian front in its campaign of global jihad. Latest reports on Sunday from Marawi City, capital of the majority Muslim Lanao del Sur province, said 19 civilians have been killed by Islamic militants locked in street battles with security forces. The dead included 3 women and a child, officials said. In one incident, police discovered the bodies of 8 workmen on the outskirts of the city. Some of the men's hands were tied and most have been shot in the head. A sign saying Munafik, or traitor, was attached to one of the bodies. A police spokesman said the men were targeted during an attempted evacuation of Marawi because they were unable to recite verses from the Quran. The official death toll after nearly a week of fighting stands at 85 people, but may be much higher. Many residents of Marawi, a city of 200,000 people, have fled, although the army has poured in ground troops, helicopter gunships, and rocket batteries. Fierce fighting continues. The militant force is known as the Maoti or Maoti, after 2 brothers, Omar and Abdullah Maoti, who reputedly ran a criminal gang in nearby Butig before turning to armed insurrection. The trigger for the uprising was a failed attempt to arrest Isnilon Hapilon, the Maot's leader. Hapilon was previously second in command of the Al-Qaeda-linked Abu Sayyaf terrorist based in Basilan in the Sulu archipelago. It is notorious for bomb attacks, beheadings of Western hostages, and its connections to Jemaah Islamiyah, which carried out the 2002 Bali bombings. Like Abu Sayyaf, other militant Islamic groups in Mindanao, such as the Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters, or BIF, and Ansar Khalifa Philippines, have recently joined forces with the Maut and its shadowy ISIS backers. Man, it's getting crazy. The shift partly reflects frustration that long-running, internationally sponsored peace negotiations between the government and the main Mindanao rebel organization, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, have failed to produce concrete results. The militants' aim is supposedly greater autonomy or independence from the Christian government in Manila, including increased control over impoverished Mindanao's vast, mostly untapped natural resources. But the Marawi siege, and in particular the hostage taking and execution of civilians, have raised fears that the Maut are deliberately emulating ISIS tactics and doing its bidding to win recognition as its main Southeast Asian affiliate. If so, it may be working. ISIS's Amaq news agency last week claimed responsibility for the siege. Fears of an expanding ISIS front in Mindanao have been stoked by government claims that Islamist militants from Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore are flocking to the Maut banner. In a report to Congress last week, Rodrigo Duterte, the president of the Philippines, blamed foreign jihadis for bolstering the rebellion and imposed martial law in the south of the country. ISIS is already here, Duterte said, adding that its aim was to create a new caliphate or wilayat, or province. Considering the network and alliance building activities among terrorist groups, local criminals, and lawless armed men, the siege of Marari City is a vital cog in attaining their long-standing goal: absolute control over the entirety of Mindanao. Duterte's unabashed report of support of violent methods, including torture, rape, and extrajudicial killings since his election in 2016, may be partly to blame for the escalating Mindanao crisis. His neglect for the Bangsamoro peace process promoted by his predecessor, Benigno Aquino, has also strengthened the hands of extremists who say the island will never get a fair deal from Manila. Also at fault are the U.S. and China, which are cynically jockeying for control and influence in the Philippines and in adjacent disputed areas of the South China Sea. Implicitly endorsing Duterte's methods, Donald Trump praised the Philippines leader and invited him to the White House. China, Russia, and Japan are also busily courting him. But while the great powers vie for geopolitical advantage in Mindanao, the terrorists advance. I'm sorry, I know I struggled through this article. It had a lot of words that I was unfamiliar with until I read this article, which just goes to show you, read more. But I think that's crazy, man. I didn't even know that ISIS was in the Philippines like that. That is insane. And then all the while, you got the people praising, like, and then the crazy thing is, it's like these are situations that the U.S. has created. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys want access to this article, I will leave it in the description box. Yeah, man, I thought that guy Duterte was bad enough with the things he was saying about having people kill anybody who, smokes blunts or shoots heroin. Like, just kill all the kill the druggies. That had me like, wow, these people need help. Like, they're addicted to substances. Like, just murdering them is not the answer, dude. Like, and then the whole thing with the rape joke, now they got ISIS in the Philippines is cracking off right now, y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video if you like. Subscribe if you haven't before. Share this video if you think it's shareable. And also, justice for SethRich. Till next time, y'all. Love, peace, chicken grease.